Hey everybody, it's your pal Seth Jones, Editor-in-Chief of Golfdom Magazine, doing something outside the normal for me. And let me give you a little background on this first. About a year ago, my friends out at Polaris reached out to me and they said, Seth, we think it'd be really cool if you took our Sportsman 570 on loan for 2 months and just had some fun with it, maybe included it in a couple of your Seth's Corner videos, maybe tell us what you think about it on video. And I said, that sounds really cool, I'd love to do it, but I just don't know if it's a practical use of your time and mine for the sake of my readers. They said, Seth, you need to think outdoors, which is their slogan. They said, your readers are definitely the outdoors type, and they're going to want to know what you thought of this machine, and it's going to be a fun experience. So why don't you try it? Well, they talked me into it. They convinced me. I've had it for 2 months. I wanted to just talk to you a little bit about my experience and what it was like having the Polaris Sportsman 570 out here in the HOJ. The first thing I'll say is, it's a big, heavy, rugged machine. I love it that, when I got on it, I felt safe and secure on it. I've been on other ATVs that are much smaller than this, but when they pulled this one out, I was like, wow, this is a heavy-duty machine. It's 900 pounds. Put me on it, add my son on the back seat. That's 1,200 pounds, and we got moving on this thing, no problem. The steering was great. It always felt good. Even actually going over like rough terrain felt really good. Was part of the fun part, really. And let me bring back up that second seat part, which I find interesting, because at first I was kind of hoping to get like a version with like a cargo box on it, and instead they got me this one. But this is a detachable seat back here, so my son could sit back here, and you can see it's got the handles on it that he could hold on to, and it sits up higher than the driver, which was great because he could see over me no problem, and we both got to go out together and have a good time. And it was very comfortable. If you wanted to remove the back seat, which I did very rarely, there's a little lever back here. You just pop that up, and then the whole seat comes off, and you got this whole seat going. And I would put this in the garage. I didn't do that too often. I really didn't see a reason not to have it on there. And then to put it back on is pretty easy. You just got to light it back up, and there it goes. So that's back on. While we're back here, I'll show you the cargo space in the back. There's a small trunk back here that opens up. It goes underneath. It goes all the way underneath the seat, so you could put some stuff in here. We threw water bottles, a hoodie back here. At one point we did throw some yard tools in there because we did a little bit of work. Finally, stopped having fun and worked on our path. And up front, there's also some more storage space and also easy access to the back, to the battery. They tell me this is waterproof. I believe them. I didn't try it because I didn't feel the need to be out there when it was raining. But that was pretty nice. And then the other thing I'll say too is just the tires on this were really good. I was worried that it might tear up my yard, but it never did. Now I'm going to start it up and show you a little bit about the heads-up display. So I'll jump on in here. I want to talk about the heads-up, the display here, and the throttle, which I found interesting. I didn't put the display through this display does a lot more than I did with it. I didn't put it through everything because I didn't really go riding with other guys and things like that. But as I learned about it and kind of went through the functions on it, I found it interesting. This was my default that I had it on, but I'll just show you. So here's you got your game camera, gauges. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. I'm gonna decline that for right now. I'll call him back, but I thought that was pretty cool that I could connect my phone to this thing. Here you go. I want to show you the trail map, the map. So this is where I'm at. If you were riding around with buddies and you're connected with them, it would show you where they're at, and then also it will show you the trails that are available nearby that they know of that you could go riding on. I thought that was cool. And then here are the gauges. Just typical direction, and you got your gauge and your RPMs. You got low and high on this. It's easy to shift. There's low, there's high. And then the throttle is right here. And at first I didn't know what I'd think about that, but that was so easy. It's just such an easy way to have a gas pedal right there on your thumb, right where you're driving. So I think in summary, what I just want to say is, I told myself at first that I don't know if a superintendent would have this. Then I went out to Erin Hills at the U.S. Open, and sure enough, I saw not this same make and model parked in the lot, but Zach Reineken's place at Erin Hills. They've got an ATV out there. I could see a superintendent using this, especially because it's fast, and if you need to get moving around fast. But for me, my practical applications would be you can tow with it. It tows 1,300 pounds. My neighbor always has firewood available to me, but I don't take them up on it as often as I should. But if I had a little trailer, I could go over and load this thing up. I wouldn't want to load it to 1,300 pounds because that means I have to unload 1,300 pounds, but that would be a practical use for me. Also, you can attach a snow blade on this and move snow around. It's only 48 inches wide, so it can get into tight places, and we did that when we were off driving into trails. We got in some pretty narrow spots, and that was also useful, so I could see using it like that. But overall, I'd say my main review is just it's fun. It was a lot of fun to have, fun experience. And did we get a lot of work done with it? No, but we did have a lot of fun just driving through the countryside. All of our neighbors are very cool. They let us drive. They all have acreage, and they let us drive around. And so we got to see a lot of countryside. Saw a lot of wildlife that we really hadn't seen. So just a cool experience. So I want to say thanks to Polaris for making me think outside and keeping this out in the HOJ for 2 months. I'm sad to take it back, but it's been a cool experience. I hope you enjoy my review of the Polaris Sportsman 570.